Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Knife channel. In this video we're going to look at NRL Fantasy after round 18 of the 2024 season. So a seemingly decent week for us with an 893, sounds quite good, but have actually dropped back about 1,000 in the overall rank, which isn't ideal. So the round rank there sort of gives away some clues to that. But we've got this week and I guess the coming weeks to fix it. So Jaden Brayley was our starting hooker with the 46. I think I saw Phoenix Crossland was out, so that actually sort of boosted his output. Probably keep him for a playing number this week, but he's one we can definitely move on soon. Anfanil Blake with a 65, so a nice bounce back to form for him. Isaiah Yeo, 59 is our captain, so you sort of hope for about 60 from your captain, but obviously some high scoring players around, so wrong call there, but it happens. Josh Curran with a 76, so a nice score from him. I'm guessing a lot of work involved with that. Sean Bloor with a 33, he's sort of done his job for us. He's probably one that we can put on the chopping block this week. Dave Fafita with a 56 was a decent return for him, and is free to play this week with, again, missing out on Origin. Lockie Galvin with a 56, he's doing his job for us, just solid scores in the halves. Tyron Wishart, he's been a massive pickup for us with a 70. Could be one to move on this week, but I think he's still got a week or two before Munster's back, so he might be worth a hold for the next couple of weeks. Kiro's with a 52, doing Kiro's things. Iro with a 42 is fine from a, what was essentially a near bottom dollar centre. K Weeks moved to fullback. I think Jamal Fogarty's due back after the bye, so he's probably another one on the chopping block this week. Scotty Drinkwater, 54. I think we're going to have to look at upgrading Drinkwater to the likes of a Tedesco. So we might be able to trade him this week, free up some cash. Dylan Edwards with 57. He's definitely a keeper, so I think we'll hold on to him. On the bench, we've got Xavier Willison, excuse me, with a 39, and I think he'll be a very useful number this week. Brendan Hands with the 28. That's fine enough, but he doesn't play next week, so if we've got cover in the hooker and the halves, he might be the fourth trade this week. Hopewadi sounds like he's going to get a reprieve with Cooler out for a few weeks, and I don't think they really want to move Tommy Turbo straight back to fullback. They want to give this centre experiment a proper go. And then obviously we had the three on the bye, including Marshall King, who is also a trade out. So I think we will be making some moves this week. But obviously to start with, we'll just make sure we've got our starting 13 and we'll go from there. Before we do that though, we'll look at the league. So I sort of haven't focused too much on the leagues recently, just due to life being busy. But we've got round 18. So you can see, I thought I did it right, but there's a 1087 off the bat for Parrot Best, another 1031 from Mamke Mania, 1026 from What Could Possibly Go Wrong. So, I'm giving up 100 plus points on all of these guys in the overalls. So we'll have a look at Parrot Beast first of all. So Damien Cook with a 47 could be a useful number this week. Max King, he was solid as well, 74. Kalamatangi, he's been a great pickup. Randall, who's just that, base stat type beast. So, in dual position, covers the buys the next couple of weeks. So, Sahan's really well positioned, sitting 7th in the league. I think that'll increase. I think his overall could increase nicely too. Scotty Sorensen with a 49. He's one I was interested in, but didn't quite get to him, and regretting that. Ruben Garrick with a 69. Nice. So, really handy centre keeper. And Captain Tedesco, who scored a 97. That's hard to beat. That's what I said. I think, Tedesco is the man we want. might have got a bit lucky too at the bench. Jacob Gagai with the 63 slotting in, which is super handy also. If I go back, I can't remember. What could possibly go wrong, I remember, was 1,000. So I had Reed Marnie, Max King, Fennell Blake, Fafita, Captain Hines, and still got to the 1,000. But it has Tedesco and Latrell. So unfortunately, it sounds like Latrell's out for a few weeks with an injury. Also sounds like Nico Hines picked up an injury. So I did the Supercoach review and sort of had him as my initial trade in. He was always the target, but it might be delayed somewhat. But I do have a backup plan. I'll talk about that in the round preview. We're talking fantasy at this point. Has Tyron Wishart as well. So I mean, you know, sort of if with a better captaincy choice, that 10-26 could have been even better. And Mankey Mania, that was the other one. So Zuriel. So it has Appy with a 55, Isaiah Yo, Blake, Angus Crichton with the 73. So I think, him and Fafita are the 1-2 there. Oh, you could have Eli Katoa as well as a pod. Hines and Weeks. Strange with the 57s. Nice. Captain Tedesco, though, that's key. Wishart Paps as well, scoring well. Very nice. So, can we have a look at the ladder in the league? So, Team Gibbon 1, topping it with the 13-3. I know I just talked about Team Gibbon in the Supercoach video too, so good to see Paul's getting involved across the board. I'm sitting in 8th. I'm hanging on for dear life with a 10-6 record. I've got Vimal by a point thanks to a draw in there. So where there's life, there's hope. Wes and the wannabes are a bit flat. I'm sure he's pumping out some great content. I haven't had a chance to watch, sorry mate, but maybe with a bit more free time in the next couple of weeks, I'll get around to it. So I think that's all we need to cover in the league. So let's have a look at the team for this week. So I guess we just need to start by getting all the assets on field that we can. So Aiken swaps with Kiraz. Hopewadi. I'm going to struggle for numbers this week, I think. Swap with Edwards, Talangi. I guess, I was expecting Marshall King, and probably also I've stuffed up in having too many hookers available this week. So I've already got a hooker, so he can go in the halves, which means I can use Plath in the middle, along with Willison in the middle. So just looking at this is pretty well right. So basically I'm going to trade out Marshall King for a middle to slot in for Curran. I'll trade out Ball for a playing player, trade out Weeks for a playing player at wing fullback, and then I can hang on to Drinkwater, which, I guess as my wing fullback 3 isn't the worst shout. Other than that, they're all keepers. Harry Grant's going to be my hooker. Bailey's going to go in the coming weeks. Kiraz is my second lock at centre. Again, Eero is probably wanting to go next week. So if I do 3 trades this week and then I can trade Brayley, Eero. I'd like to trade Talangi too, but that might just have to wait one more week until actually round 20 is when we get the extra trades. So I can actually make all these moves next week. So next week it's going to be Talangi, Eero, Brayley, and probably Hands as well. So that'll be number 4. So I might just pencil that in somewhere for next week. But yeah, as I said, 3 trades this week. So Marshall King out. Also, KO Weeks or Sean Ball. Let's go Weeks. Because I think the cheapy options are in the excuse me, the wing fullback. Actually, I've got Aiken I can move into the edge too, so I'll just keep that in mind. I might be able to bring in a cheap centre. And I guess this all depends on team lists, which are coming out in a few hours from the time of recording. So that's fine. But I guess the cheap option I'm thinking of is Jai Gray. You can play wing fullback. That's actually what I might do. So I'll do one trade at a time, and you do two trades. It always goes funny. So K weeks down to Jai Gray. He's got a few weeks with Latrell out, so I don't mind bringing him in. Dual position, which is handy as well. So yeah, he can cover wing fullback. And then Sean Bloor will get out of. But I guess this all depends if we want to get an edge or a centre. So let's have a look at the options. Actually, let's sort out our middle first. We're not trading Curran in the middle, are we? We're trading Marshall King. And we're looking at a middle. Unfortunately, all the good ones aren't very useful for us this week. Obviously, Haas playing Origin, Kogan playing Origin, Hopgood injured, Watson Origin, Barnett Origin, Cotter Origin / buy. Cam McInnes, is he in the Origin squad? We could go with the Kalal Matangi, offers dual position, pretty handy. Probably, I guess, you could argue Barnett, but now that Hopgood's out, I guess if you look at the last three, cool, Barnett's on fire, but he's not playing this week, so we could go with Kalal Matangi as an option. Just looking through it, who's available, he probably is the best option for now, so let's do it. I mean, and with his coverage, it may be the case that we can actually, get rid of Josh Curran if we need to upgrade, like to get a Haas or get a Barnett in, for example. I think that's a fair upgrade. So we'll make those two trades, so they're done. And so now we've just got to work out what to do in regards to Sean Bloor. So if we have Sean Bloor out, so obviously if we look at our edges, like a like-for-like swap, Olaquatu is probably the interesting choice there at a bit of a point of difference rather. Jacob Preston on the bye. If he was playing this week, I'd go towards Presto with Salmon out. Nikora, no, I won't play next week, so not the greatest option. Bo Fermor. I guess the Titans don't have any more buys, so there's no fear in doubling up there. So, just looking at if we take the best available, it probably would be Olaquatu. But I'm thinking we might be able to get some options out wider, so in the centres. So we've already got Aiken and Kiraz as our centres, so have another look at wing fullbacks and those keeper type options. Trey Fuller, that's interesting that his average is so good. Do we just do a little 1 week cash grab there? Jaden Campbell, I know he's got a really low break even in Supercoach. I wonder if Fantasy is the same. Could be again another little cash grab to help us get up to Tedesco. Kinney's been in good form, so made 400k. Unfortunately, we chopped him way before that. Will Price, it might make us a bit of money in the short term, which would be nice. Just depends. So I mean, realistically, this all depends on team list. Like if there is a cheap edge that starts, or surely there's got to be a Broncos middle that just pops up for one game, or maybe. Oh, what did I say? I think Newcastle have a lot of edges out, so it could be someone like if I can find him, would he be wing fullback or centre? Papalangi, I think is his name. Let's try search map. Oh, so he's only available in the halves. That's not helpful for us. Yeah, if you get him in the wing fullback or centre if he's playing this week, that would be mint. So, but I guess I've already gone grey, so I'm happy to pay up for like a Kalamatangi. But realistically, I've got this money here. I might just bank it and just, go all in on Tedesco, Haas, whoever else we can get next week. Yeah, let's just put Price in for now, because otherwise I could sit here forever just waiting for 4 o'clock. Um, it's only 3 hours away now. So that doesn't help us, does it? I need to move Talangi into the... So now I can confirm that trade. So now if we look at the team, just need to swap Curran with Kalama. So I've got the 13 this week. Still got 2 trades to roll over into the extra 8 we get next week. So I'll have 10 trades, 500k in the bank. So, we've got room to bring in Tedesco. Once Cleary's up and running, Hines might have to wait for an injury to come back in. But, we can strengthen with like Payne Haas in the middle. Barnett even is one I'm interested in getting into the forward rotation. Like I said, I might be willing to upgrade Curran to Barrett, and between him and Kalamatangi, go the hot hands there in the middle for the dual position players. But I guess the only other thing is captain and vice captains this week. So he's done it for us in the past, so I am leaning towards you and Aitken doing the job for us again as captain. I do like Max Plath too. It sounds like he's going to play hooker, so he'll probably play it close to 80 minutes. He loves the tackle. I think he's got the skill set where he could do a little bit out dummy half as well. But we could go with Kalamatangi. We could go for Fafita. So I guess if we follow the money, probably makes sense to at least have him in the conversation. I mean, Fafita, who have they got? The Eels. So you know what? Let's risk it for the biscuit. Fafita, Kalamatangi. Like I said, I'd be happy with Aitken as well. He's done it for us in the past. Even Galvin playing the Sharks without Nico would be interesting. The Sharks aren't in the best form at the moment, so it might be the time to strike. And yeah, so as I said, that's the team for this week. We've got some trade out candidates for next week. Things are looking up in terms of fantasy, so happy days. If you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below the video. Give us a like if you enjoy the fantasy content, obviously. Subscribe for all fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.